Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So today what we'll be doing is, we'll be discussing one pastime of Krishna from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 6th chapter. It's a very, very renowned and a very famous pastime. Krishna delivering a demoness. Her name was the first demoness who came to kill Krishna. अरे वो तो त्रेता युग में था, ये द्वापर युग की बात चल रही है. Putana, yes, Putana. So we'll discuss that, not today. So this, what happened is when Krishna appeared, so at that time there was huge opulence in Vrindavan. Lot of opulence came. Very beautifully the gopis are singing. Jayati Tedhikam Janmana Vraja Shrayata Indira Shashwadatrahi. So this particular shloka says, "O Lord, when you appeared in this Vrindavan, the opulence of Vrindavan increased like anything." What obvious? Wherever Narayan comes, wherever Vishnu is there, wherever Krishna is there, Lakshmi has to follow. Simple. So when Krishna appeared, immediately the entire place became opulent. And there was one person who became tensed because of the opulence. Who was that? No, Kansa did not get to know still. Nanda Maharaj got tensed. Nanda Maharaj started thinking, agar us Kans ko pata chala, there's a lot of opulence here, he'll start searching. Why? Why there is so much opulence suddenly? Then he'll get to know Krishna has appeared here. Maybe he'll kill my child. So Nanda Maharaj decided, before he gets to know, what I'll do is I'll take some nice opulence from here and give it to him as tax. Then he'll be satisfied. He'll not send his agents here and my Krishna will be safe. So Nanda Maharaj, with a lot of ghee, dahi, milk and so many other things, he starts from Vrindavan and goes to Mathura. He gives the tax to Kans. He's there at one place. He has kept his cart. Bulls are untied. The bulls are there grazing. Nanda Maharaj is sitting. And guess what? Who comes there? Vasudev comes there. Hope everyone knows Vasudev? Yes. Vasudev was that person who transferred Krishna from jail in Mathura to Vrindavan. So Vasudev comes there. Now the thing is, Vasudev has a question. Nanda Maharaj ko pata to nahi maine jo kida kiya tha. Does he know that I took the child from one place to another? By the way, is he clear about this, that he is my child or is he his child? So in that ambiguity, Vasudev is not able to ask question, how is my Krishna? And Vasudev knows that the baby was named as Krishna. How? How Vasudev knew? Namkaran. But Namkaran happened in Vrindavan, no? How he got to know? Huh? Okay. Because Vasudev had sent the priest. Garga Muni? Yes, he was sent by Vasudev. So he did naming ceremony. He went and told, I've given this name Krishna. So Vasudev is coming there to Nanda Maharaj. He wants to ask, Are batao, how is my Krishna? But then what to do? He cannot ask. So he is saying, how are the kids doing in Vrindavan? How are the kids doing in Vrindavan? And Nanda Maharaj is like, yeah, Krishna and Balram are doing good. Now Vasudev felt, oh, Krishna is doing good. Chalo, Balram is doing good. Very nice. Very nice. And the discussion went on. And this discussion was so intense. Two fathers coming together and they are talking about their one child Krishna. Can you imagine the intensity of discussion there? And in that intense discussion, at one point of time, Vasudev made a statement. Vasudev said, oh Nanda, you're here. But then there'll be so many calamities that will come in Gokul Mahavan. Please go back. You'll be needed there. Please go back. So when the discussion was going on between these two, there was another discussion that was going on in the palace of Kans. Kans got to know from Durga, the 800 form which manifested in front of him when he tried killing the 8th child. I hope everyone knows that story. So she started laughing, "You fool, you're trying to kill me. Your Kal has taken birth somewhere else." She also didn't give any clarity. Then he called for a meeting. And the meeting was of all the great personalities, first class demons. All of them they came. And when all of them they came, was this Kans, he put forward his anxiety that was there in his heart. He said, "My Kal has taken birth somewhere. I don't know what to do now. I'm very tensed." So all the demons said, "Maharaj, don't worry. We have an idea." See, when you're in association with demons, demons will give demonic ideas only. And you know what's the idea was? The idea was, "Maharaj, amazing idea. Around this entire Mathura area, in last 10-15 days, whichever child has taken birth, let's kill all of them." And everyone was like, "Wah, wah, kya baat, amazing. Amazing idea." But now the question is, who will go to that place? And then the demon started thinking, maybe I will go, maybe I will go. But then, there one lady raised the hand and held the mic. She said, "I will be going there. You people don't think so much. I have special tricks to kill kids. I am chain killer. What do you call it as? Yes, serial murderer. But my specialization is in kids." And then she started saying, "Whenever I go to kill kids, no one will get to know that I have killed the kids. Because I apply poison on my breast and then, in the pretext of feeding the kids, I murder them. And you know what, Kans? My favorite drink is..." You all know what was the favorite drink of Putana? No? Fresh, sweet blood of babies. This was the drink that Putana would like. She would suck the blood of the babies. So she said, "I will go, I will go." Now, by the way, we are discussing about Nanda and Vasudev's discussion, Kansa and demons discussion. But who is telling this to whom? Okay? And, okay, the Suta Goswami is telling to Shaunakadi Rishis. But then he is pointing to some other two personalities. Shukdev Goswami is telling this to Parikshit Maharaj. Everyone knows Shukdev Goswami? Vyasadev's son. Parikshit Maharaj, Abhimanyu's son. Pandava's grandson. Okay? Now what happened is the entire discussion is going on. When Nanda Maharaj and Vasudev's discussion was going on and Parikshit heard, when two parents are talking, when two fathers are talking, he also got the same mood of a father. And then suddenly when Shukdev Goswami started speaking at Putana, at that time, this personality, Parikshit, he became tensed. And that tension was seen on his face. And looking at that tension, Shukdev Goswami, then he speaks a very wonderful shloka. Nayatra Shravanadini Raksho Jnani Swakarmasu Kurvanti Satvatam Bhartur Yatu Dhanyascha Tatrahi. Very nice. Good. It is said, "Na yatra shravanadini raksho jnani swakarmasu." So it is said that anywhere where the glories of the Lord are chanted, where His holy names are chanted, where His pastimes are discussed, in that place, no negativity can come. This is the shloka that he is saying to Parikshit Maharaj. See, the entire shloka is in line. There is a discussion between Vasudeva and Nanda Maharaj. There is a discussion between Kans and Putana and demons. And suddenly this shloka comes. And this shloka is saying, "Arey bhai, tension mat le. Wherever we have Shravanam Kirtanam of Lord Krishna, there no negativity can come." And then he says, "Kurvanti Satvatam Bhartu Ryatu Dhanascha Tatrahi." When Swayam Krishna is present there in Gokul Mahavan, tell me what negativity can come there? What mishap can happen there? So Putana cannot do anything. Parikshit, don't worry. And then Parikshit's expressions changed. He smiled, and then Shukdev Goswami continued the pastime. So it's a very, very important thing to note that anywhere where the glories of the Lord are chanted, no negativity can come there. Many times people say black magic, ghost, etc., etc. Exists. Black magic is there according to Tantric Shastra, it is there. And then ghosts do exist. So negativity is there. Ghost-like people also are there around. Yes. But anywhere and everywhere where Lord's glories are chanted, holy names are chanted, that place and that person will never be affected. Never. And here is a praman for that. Where Shukadeva Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj, tension mat lo, Krishna स्वयं है वहां. और जब कृष्णा स्वयं बैठे हैं वहां, कहां से कोई नेगेटिविटी आ सकता? और ये क्या करेगी? राक्षसी क्या कर सकती है? What can Putana do? Don't worry. And then he continues. Now he starts describing about Putana. So Putana, from Mathura, she took the airways and she landed in Vrindavan. Demoness, she has the power to fly. She flew from there and she came to Gokul Mahavan. And when she came there, these demons, they have the siddhi of disguising themselves. She disguised as a very, very beautiful female. And Shukadeva Goswami, he goes on to a great extent to discuss and describe her beauty. Her hairs were tied and she had put malti flowers on the head. Her eyes were looking very beautiful. The smile on the face was very charming. And she was wearing a beautiful sari. I don't know which quality it was, but she was wearing a beautiful sari. And the Acharyas described that she was wearing a gopi dress. There was a lehenga and there was the top and then there was dupatta on that. And she was looking very beautiful. She was wearing nice kundal, nice ornaments. And she was walking as if she is walking on a ramp. And now when she started walking in this entire place, all the gopas are looking at her. How beautiful lady is walking. So men are looking, understood. But then the gopis are also looking at her. And all of them, they're discussing, hey, kaun hai ye? Who is she? So another gopi said, I feel that she is a celestial being who has come from heaven. Then another gopi said, no. Actually, she is Lakshmi. She is Lakshmi who has come from Vaikuntha. Now, the third gopi asked, hey, how come you are so confident? So at that time, that gopi said, uske haath mein dekh, uske haath mein. And Putana, in a very, very strategically, she was holding a lotus in the hand. And when she was walking, she was walking there. And looking at that gopi is saying, Are uske haath mein dekh. She is having the lotus. And who holds the lotus in the hand? Lakshmi, goddess of fortune. So she has come. So another gopi had a question, but Lakshmi yahan kya karegi aapki? Another gopi said, I know, she is searching for Narayan. And Narayan has appeared in Vrindavan, our Krishna. Now, there's a very important lesson for all of us. Today, we're going to learn 10 lessons. The first lesson which I would like to highlight here, which we'll keep revising and all of you will be speaking about it. The first lesson is, tell me, Putana came for blessing Krishna? Is Putana goddess of fortune? Krishna's own associates are looking at Putana and they are giving a wrong judgment. They're judging wrongly a person. And you see, in our own life also, just by seeing externals of people, we judge very nicely. Sometimes I say this, that Supreme Court judge will also take some time to give judgment. But ours is instant. We'll see a person and immediately judge. Ye to aise hoga, ye to aise hogi. I'm speaking all this, but I'm also very good at judging. I also done blunder like this. I can never forget this incident. What happened is, I was giving a session to all the college boys who were there. I think second year boys or something like that. Second year boys, their age will be around 19. Second year engineering, 19 years old. So after the class, then dinner would be served to all of them. And in the dinner, sweet will be there every time. So boys would be sitting and then our volunteers would be serving. There was one boy who would not take sweet. And every time I would look at him and think, why this boy is not taking sweet? Iskon ka sweet nahi le raha hai. So tasty, why is he not taking? So after 2-3 sessions I saw, and then I personally went to serve sweet to him. Now maybe he's hesitating or whatever. And then I'll not take. And I felt a bit odd. Like, I'm giving, why is this person not taking? Then I was like, too egoistic, this person. Thoda kha leta, kya jata iska? Then I was sitting in a room, and then that's how the protocol was, that I'll be there. If anyone wants to ask questions, they can come. So this boy came one day, and then he was asking me some question. Already judgment de diya tha maine apna, egoistic boy. And there's a question pucha, man mein mere wo tha hi, that this boy is not good. Then in the discussion, just like that, I asked, Are, you never take sweet. That day I came to give you sweet. Why you're not taking sweet? Then that boy told me something and I felt so bad. He said, Prabhuji, actually I've got diabetes. I cannot take sweets. I was almost in tears. I said, what is the use? I'm giving these classes and all this, but then a wrong judgment on this small boy who has such ailment. You see, this is what happens. In our day-to-day life, we look at people externals and then we give judgment. And at times, now since the people are coming here, with time, we'll start observing devotees and start passing judgment on them also. Initially, how it is, when we enter ISKCON, everyone is Prabhu and we are Das and Dasi. And slowly, when we attend more sessions, we start chanting Hare Krishna and all that, then we also become Prabhu. Talking about Prabhu. We also become Prabhu. And after some time, a G gets added to that, Prabhu Ji. Yes. And after some time, we start competing with Mahaprabhu and Prabhupada. हम भी कुछ कम नहीं है किसी से. And at that, when we get that pride, we start judging people around. We'll start judging our mentors. अरे क्लास में तो बड़ा बड़ा बोलते हैं, खुद फॉलो नहीं करते, देखो. We'll start judging senior devotees who might be visiting our places just now and then, maybe once in a year or so. उनको देख के एकदम पूरा judgment दे देना. I still remember, this was in my initial days. I attended few sessions and I was in a kirtan in one temple in Mumbai. And I used to go to the temple regularly. So I was knowing all brahmacharis and faces I was knowing. So there was one person in saffron. He was just roaming around and looking around and things like that. I was doing kirtan. So I looked at him and I said, maybe shayad, new person. Maybe he's come for the first time. He does not know about this temple and looks like new and not very refined person. Some judgment came. And then after that, after the kirtan was over, my mentor called me and took me to that same person who was in saffron. And he said, meet. He's Prabhupada, the disciple, and his name is His Holiness so and so. And I was like, Prabhupada's direct disciple and I'm giving my judgment. So this happens. So every now and then we should tell our mind, you culprit, just shut your mouth. We are not someone who's very pure that I can give judgment on others. And many of the times, since our senses are defective, our mind is culprit, it will give wrong judgment most of the time. And 3 modes of material nature we all know, right? So which mode will act when we don't know? Currently the person might be looking bad and we pass a judgment saying, Are, ye to aise, gaya guzara. But when the mode of goodness will start acting on him, the same person will become divine. He'll start appearing divine. फिर से अपन judgment देंगे, oh, ये तो सबसे अच्छा है. This is called as stupidity. And you will see this, for materialists, giving judgment is just like that. And people say also, first impression is lasting impression. But spiritualists will never say that. Spiritualists will understand very clearly, people change because 3 modes of material nature change. So why should I give judgment? Just imagine if Vrindavan Vasis can see external and judge, to hum to kya hi hai? Therefore, this point is very, very important, that we shouldn't judge people seeing their externals. First lesson for today. Now what happened is, all these gopis and gopas are so enamored by the beauty of Putana, that all of them felt that Putana should go to the house of Nanda Maharaj to bless our Krishna. And all of them, Aiye, Padhari, and then took Putana directly to the house of Nanda Maharaj. And Putana also with the lotus flower in the hand, she is walking as if she's walking on a ramp, and everyone is enamored by her beauty. And Putana directly enters the house of Nanda Maharaj. Now there's another very, very important thing to note here. She could have gone to any place. She could have gone to any kid, in Vrindavan. She could have killed anyone first, because she does not know who is Krishna, where is he, she does not know anything. She could have gone anywhere to kill, any child, but then she was directed towards this house only. And who was directing? Gopis and Gopas, they were telling, but she could have changed her way. She said, nahi, mujhe yahan nahi aana, mujhe kahin aur jana. But it is described in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Krishna himself is telling Arjuna, 18th chapter, shloka 61. Please repeat. Ishvara sarva bhutana riddheshe Arjuna tishtati brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudhani mayaya. Hey Arjun, I am there in everyone's heart as Paramatma. And this body, Krishna is calling this body as machine, yantra. And I am operating this machine. And I direct people where they are supposed to go. I keep a watch on them. So, when Putana was there in Sri Vrindavan, in Putana's heart also Krishna is there, no, as Paramatma. So, he was operating and he directly took Putana to the house of Nanda Maharaj. You don't go anywhere else. Why? Because everyone else, all the kids around, in future they want to be my friends. Don't disturb my play. You directly come here, we'll talk face to face. So here, a very nice second lesson which I like to highlight here. Krishna is there in each and everyone's heart. And he is watching all of us. 24/7 CCTV camera which is invisible. We might do something in secluded place and we might think, किसी ने नहीं देखा. Or we might think something very obnoxious looking at the other person and we might feel, किसी को नहीं पता. But then one thing we have to understand is, there's one person who knows everything and he is our Lord Krishna. He's there in our heart. He knows how obnoxious our thought process is. He knows what we do in seclusion. He knows very well in private what are the different things that we do and think. Therefore, I was thinking this one point. If this one realization everyone can get, that Lord is there in my heart and is watching me, tell me, is there any possibility of any crime in this world? Is there any possibility of any sin that is possible by any person in this world? Therefore, we can escape from anyone in this world, but we cannot escape from Krishna. Therefore, when you practice bhakti, this one realization that Lord is always watching me and Lord is there with me, makes the devotee very strong, makes the devotee very pure, and makes the devotee aware of the surrounding and his own self. Therefore, the second lesson is Krishna is watching. Krishna is watching, be aware. And here Krishna was watching Putana and he didn't allow Putana to go anywhere. He pulled Putana to the house of Nanda Maharaj. Now a very wonderful thing happened, When Krishna just stepped in, when Putana stepped in, Krishna immediately closed his eyes. Can you tell me some reasons why Krishna closed his eyes? Any wild guesses you want to give? Krishna closed his eyes. What is that? Oh, okay. Wonderful. So Krishna is closing his eyes. By the way, that's Shastrik. Krishna is closing his eyes and thinking, this lady who is coming like a mother of mine, she's coming to kill me. To deliver her, let me check in her past life. Did she do some punya? So that I can deliver her. So he's closing his eyes and meditating on the past life of Putana. Anything else? What is that? Amazing. That is also Shastrik. Krishna was thinking, look at my Leelas. In Treta Yuga when I came, the first personality whom I killed was a demoness, a female. Again, in this Dwapar Yuga when I took this avatar, again I have to kill a female. What will people think about me? Oh, let me close my eyes. And another Acharya, he says, Krishna was closing his eyes and he was telling Lord Shiva, see, my job is to drink milk. So I have come to this, to do this Bhauma pastime. You drank poison. So let's have a tie. You come with, let's do a match fixing before the entire match starts. So when she comes to feed me, you drink the poison, I drink the milk. Come on, let's do it. And like this, many things are given. that how Krishna, there are 13, 14 reasons our acharyas give why Krishna closed his eyes. But one reason is, like any small child, Krishna is closing his eyes because an unknown stranger is entering that place. So Krishna closed his eyes. Another very, very important thing that Krishna is teaching all of us is, Krishna is closing his eyes to search, कुछ तो good quality होगा इसमें, कुछ तो होगा. See, when it comes to the Lord, He's so amazing. Yesterday only one boy was asking a question, yesterday's evening session. He was saying that if I do bhakti now, Lord will not punish me, for whatever I have done in the past. See, one thing all of us should understand, that Lord is not there to see what mistake we are doing and punish us forever in the hellish planet. He's not sitting for that. Lord is there to see, कुछ तो अच्छा काम किया रहेगा, पूरा एकदम पापी है लेकिन कुछ तो अच्छा काम किया रहेगा. And He finds that and He awards benediction so that that person can progress in the path of bhakti. This is the greatness of the Lord. Just imagine if Krishna starts noting down all the offense that we have done when we're doing His seva and punishes us for every offense very badly. At least मैं तो यहाँ नहीं बैठा. May some hellish planet, I would have been suffering. Krishna is so merciful, I tell you, so merciful. He doesn't mind that the offenses that we do to Him. He does not mind. Like for example, when a baby is there in the womb of the mother, and due to whatever reason, the baby moves the hands and legs. Now there's a kick that is there in the mother's womb. At that time, mother is not thinking, "Arey, mujhe maro, nahi maru." Mother will not do that. Mother will feel blissful. Oh, my child is hitting me. Similarly, when it comes to our eternal mother, and we all are in His womb, so whenever we commit any offense to Him, He doesn't take it seriously. But a devotee is also very cautious. A devotee wants to render service very nicely with complete attention, with complete precision, so that he does not displease the Lord but please the Lord. So Lord's vision is like that. He finds only good in everyone. That's what His vision is all about. But when it comes to our vision, we have to upgrade our vision from lowest to highest. There are 5 types of upgradation of vision. The lowest is, we think bad and speak bad. I'm going to ask you which category you all belong. You all can tell me. So lowest, 5th one is, we think bad and speak bad. And the 4th one is, we think good and bad and speak bad. The 3rd one is, we think good and bad and speak good and bad. The 2nd one is, we think good and bad and speak good. And the first and the highest, first class thing is, we think good and speak good. These are 5 levels of upgradation of vision. आइए बताइए आपका कौन सा नंबर है? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First, 3. Think good and bad, speak good and bad. This is what is our case. But when we practice bhakti, when we chant Hare Krishna, upgradation happens. We go higher and higher, we come to the first one. Okay, chalo, I saw something bad in the other person and I spoke about it. Tell me, what is the effect on me? I just found fault, that's it. But what is the effect on me? उनका पाप हम लेते हैं, okay? What else? It impacts on our consciousness. Always remember one thing, how the entire thing works in this material world we should understand. Then it will be easy for us to be in this world, live in this world. See, whenever we see something bad in a person and speak about it, that same thing enters our consciousness. That same quality. So we look at the other person and say, so rude this person is. Just time is separating. We will also become like that. Whereas, when in the same person, when we find some good quality, Shastras describe that immediately that good quality enters our existence also. And how wonderful it is. There are gems everywhere. See, every person, doesn't matter how sinful, papi that person is, still he will be having one gem for sure. Ek to rahega, pakka ek rahega. Just imagine if we start collecting gems like this from everyone, we will become the richest person, Baba. richest person with all wonderful qualities. And this was Shastra's teachers, that doesn't matter what the person is, how his behavior is. आपका काम तो है नहीं judgment देने का, so why you are giving? Just see good and be good. Therefore, the third lesson which I would like to highlight here is Krishna is teaching, see good in others and imbibe the same. And Krishna is doing that. He's seeing good in Putana. She is a serial murderer, serial killer of babies drinking. What was that favorite drink? No, blood. Fresh, sweet blood of kids. Tender kids. You see? In her, Krishna is trying to find the good quality. And Putana is becoming very brave. अरे ये कंस फालतू में डर रहा है, अभी देखो, now I'll kill this baby. And she went there. Srimad Bhagavatam describes, as soon as she saw the face of Krishna, immediately there was a terrible fear in the heart that emerged, saying, he is my Kal. Many of the times you will see there's an inner voice which says something. But since we are so disturbed and we are not spiritually elevated, we cannot connect with that inner voice. We cannot. But here, Putana was able to feel that very terribly, that he is my death personified who is lying here in the cradle. Krishna's eyes are closed. And one of the reasons why Krishna didn't open his eyes, Acharyas explained, वो बेचारी डर जाती बहुत ज़्यादा. बिना आँख देखे डर गई. Can you imagine if Krishna would have seen eye to eye? I think he should have got burnt only then. So Krishna is closing his eyes and then. But Putana, with all confidence, you will see demons, no? They do things with all confidence. So Putana, with all confidence, she took the baby and she started feeding the baby. Now the question comes, Yashoda and Rohini kya kar rahe the is time pe? What were Yashoda and Rohini doing at home? Actually, Yashoda and Rohini were also observing all this. And her beauty was so alluring and so amazing that they were also completely allured, thinking, oh, so beautiful this lady is. And then Putana, she also tells some dialogues. अरे देखो ये बच्चा कितना पतला हो गया, यशोदा तुम्हें समझ नहीं आ रहा, दूध नहीं पिलाती तुम? ठीक है चलो मैं पिलाती हूँ, कोई बात नहीं. Telling all these different dialogues, she took the baby on her lap. And here the description says, she took Krishna on her lap thinking to be baby, but he was death personified, similar to that fool who picks up a snake thinking it to be a rope in the darkness. Now just imagine if the snake is held. अरे आप रस्सी मांग रहे थे, लीजिए तो. Death personified. Therefore, one thing which I always highlight for a spiritualist, for a devotee is, this is the fourth lesson. Think twice before doing any activity in this human form. Think twice. Because any activity that takes us away from the Lord is a very foolish activity. अरे मनुष्य जन्म मिला है भगवान के पास जाने के लिए, not for going away from Him. But then when we do any activity that takes us away from the Lord, we have to be very careful. And any activity that is going to make us lose the human form of life, we have to be very careful. Because durlabha manava janma. Manushya janma is very durlabh. Very durlabh. See, any activity that we do, now since you people have some knowledge of Gita and Bhagavat, we should analyze and see, is it Shastrik what I am doing? Is it good if I do this? Will I get closer to Krishna? Many times people ask this question, Prabhu, sometimes it becomes very difficult to decide, ye karu ki ye karu. Should I choose option A or should I choose option B? And I give only one answer. Ask this question to yourself whenever you are in ambiguity. Will option A take me closer to Krishna? Or will option B take me closer to Krishna? And when you get to know option A will take me away from Krishna, doesn't matter how important it is, still we don't choose that. Option B will take me closer to Krishna, doesn't matter how not important it is or how difficult it is, we accept that and we do it. That is called a sincerity of a devotee. As you attend more and more sessions, you're going to go deeper and deeper in the philosophy of Gita. And trust me, at one point of time, since you're not doing your sadhana, ऐसे जाएगा ऐसा ऊपर से. And then we will say, Gita doesn't work. Gita doesn't work. And then we are those preachers who will go out and tell people, हाँ वो मैं जाता था इसमें वो, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. ओ कुछ भी बोलते रहते हैं. इधर PPT करके कुछ भी बताते हैं हम लोग. It doesn't work. This is what will happen. And I've seen people doing that, Because when you don't chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you don't have a proper vessel to hold the wisdom that is coming. As of now, how the vessel, we have some vessel, therefore we are sitting here coming for the sessions. But that vessel has got many holes. And whatever nectar enters, it just drains off after that. But when you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, the mantra has the power to block those holes which are there. And then we'll be able to hold that wisdom. Do you understand when I say hold that wisdom means what? We'll be able to implement in our day-to-day life. नहीं तो नहीं possible है. नहीं possible. And today only we discussed. कमला दला जला जीवाना टलामला. अभी कौन से शुभ मुहूर्त के लिए वेट कर रहे हैं हम लोग? If you don't, literally I'm telling you this point, if you don't chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, एक चीज तो ये क्लास तो अटेंड कर लिया आप लोग, फिलॉसफी तो पता है. At the time of death, the guilt feeling that will come, I should have utilized this human form properly. I should have become more serious in bhakti. This will come for sure. And I always tell that devotees shouldn't get this guilt feeling. They should be very serious. एक माला तो 10 मिनट तो लगता है. In fact, in all the places where I'm going, I'm saying at least 4 rounds everyone should do. अभी बताइए आप लोग कोई भी योगा स्टूडियो में जाएंगे to learn yogasanas, and that person is asking you that कितना टाइम दे सकते हैं आप, and you tell him 10 मिनट. आपको भगाएगा ही नहीं वहां से, वो भाग यहाँ से. 10 मिनट. 10 मिनट में क्या योगा होता है? Isn't it? At least half an hour. At least the instructor, yoga instructor, will ask for half an hour from you. Same thing is bhakti yoga. At least half an hour to banta hai na. 4 rounds, half an hour. 1 round is 7.5 minutes. So 4 rounds, half an hour. And trust me, anyone who chants 4 rounds every single day, aage to it's very easy. To increase the round becomes very easy. So anyone who has not started, abhi ek mala nahi option nahi hai, abhi 4 mala directly. And literally, trust me, 1 round is very difficult. 4 rounds is easy. Literally. Because mind will not have much option. 4 mala karna hai na. 1 means do or don't do. 4 means 1, 2, 3, 4. So mind cannot trick you more. Right? And it will take half an hour. So requesting all of you with folded hands, please start. Because one thing that I've seen is the ones who don't chant, with time they stop coming for the session. They stop bhakti. And once you stop bhakti, gone. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Next life again. हम लोग नहीं रहेंगे गीता कोर्स देने के लिए, आप लोग कर लेना अपना गीता कोर्स. Anyways, coming back to this topic. So therefore I always say, think twice before doing any activity. But when it comes to chanting, don't think twice. Do it now. Yes. But whenever nonsensical activity we are trying to do, when people tell us something and we're trying to do, you will see we do it immediately. But when it comes to spiritual activity, we'll think twice. It should be the other way around. This should be immediate. And when the outside thing, material things which are there, we should think twice. Will it take me closer to Krishna or will it take me away from Krishna? So this is the 4th lesson which I would like to highlight. Think twice before you act. Okay, batao abhi 4 lessons jo seekhe abhi tak. First, yes, don't judge by seeing externals. Second, Krishna is watching you, be aware. Third, see good in others and imbibe the same. And 4th, think twice before you act in this material world. Putana was so dull, she picked up Krishna thinking, "Arey, mere baby, so nice." And she picked up and she started feeding the breast milk to Krishna. And when it comes to Krishna, when some offering is given, he starts accepting the offering. He started sucking the breast milk of Putana. Multiple things Krishna is sucking. Milk, poison, and life. Now, when Krishna started sucking the breast of Putana, so at that time, initially, she was like, "Oh, kitna acha bachcha hai, doodh pee raha hai, so nice." And slowly she started feeling the pain. You can imagine the scene. Yashoda and Rohini are observing her, no? Now she is looking, she is smiling, kuch nahi ho raha hai. And she's feeling the pain. And the pain is increasing. And the pain went on to such an extent that she's not able to bear. And she's shouting, "Alam muncha, chod re, chod, leave me. But if Krishna catches someone once, he will not leave that person. Anyone who becomes a devotee of Krishna, so we have one option. What is that one option? To go to Krishna or not. And then once we go to Krishna, then you don't have option. Krishna holds the person. Therefore, our spiritual master, he addresses this point. अगर ठाकुर जी ने एक बार हाथ थामा है ना, छोड़ेंगे नहीं. Once if Krishna holds someone's hand, he will not leave that person. He will drag that person to Vaikuntha. You want it or you don't want it. Krishna will drag that person. But one thing is there, in this life we want to go to Vaikuntha, we have to endeavor. After many lifetimes we want to go, no problem. Krishna will anyways want to drag us. He'll beat us black and blue and then take us not to Vaikuntha. Therefore, I always say, willingly go, Baba. Why take beatings? Willingly go with this bluish, blackish boy. And here we understand that whatever happens in our day-to-day life, it's happening because Krishna's plan is getting executed. For us, always, many times people ask this question. Prabhuji, I'm doing all bhakti, everything is going well, but suddenly why this happened in my life? See, one thing we have to understand is when we are praying to Krishna, we are looking at the door and we are saying, Krishna, आप यहीं से आके मुझे help कीजिए. But don't you know that Krishna can appear from a pillar also? Yes. Krishna can appear from ceiling, he can appear from floor, he can appear from behind, from the windows. But our problem is, नहीं आपको यहीं से आना होगा. And when Lord comes from some other place to shower His mercy, we are not able to take it. I mean, when Lord executes His plan, it becomes difficult for us to accept. But one thing we have to understand very clearly, tell me, when we plan something in our day-to-day life, what all things we consider? Our past experience and our present situation. And then we plan for future. But one thing we don't understand, Krishna knows past of ours, not just past of this life. He knows past of all the lives. He knows the present of ours. And He knows something which we don't know, that is, He knows our future also. Therefore, Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita to Arjun, that I know the past, present and future, O Arjun. Vedaham samatitani vartamanani cha Arjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaschana. Krishna is saying, I know. Now tell me, anyone who knows past, present and future. So the plan that he executes in the present, won't that be the best plan? Won't that be the best plan? So one thing that all of us should have in our mind, in whatever situation we are going through, Krishna's best plan is getting executed. Trust me, this is a sutra, by the way, what I'm saying. Krishna's best plan is getting executed. Just imagine when you're going through some tough phase of life, and in that tough phase, everyone in the family is crying and you are smiling. Thinking about this, Krishna's best plan is getting executed. Two things will happen there. Family members will also smile with you, or they'll become tense. हम पागल तो नहीं हो गया? Smiling in critical situation. What's wrong with you? But this is a fact that when a devotee goes deeper in spiritual life, when he chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day, he is that person who will get the faith in Krishna's plan and he'll be able to accept Krishna's plan in his day-to-day life. नहीं तो बहुत मुश्किल है, नहीं तो छोड़ दो. Not possible. You know what will happen? When anything happens in life, the first thing that we'll do, why me? This is the first thing that people do. Why me? इतने सारे लोग नहीं थे, मैं ही मिला आपको. Why me? But a devotee, whatever he goes through, he just thanks Krishna. Thank you, Lord, very much. In fact, I deserve more. I'm so sinful. I deserve more, but you're so merciful. You have just given me a token of suffering. You're so merciful. I just comply to your plan, do whatever you want. One of our Acharya, he says, Maro bhi rakho bhi, jo ichha tuhar. He is saying, oh Lord, you want to kill me? Okay, kill me. You want to protect me? You protect me. You know who am I? Nityadasa tu vapade yadika. Oh Lord, I am your servant, lifetime of lifetime. Tell me, a master, will master think ill for the servant? Okay, put it the other way. Will parents think ill about the child? Why will Krishna think ill about us? Why will he plan something negative and weird for us? Just think about it. Just think common sense. We all are mortal parents. All the parents sitting here having kids. I don't think you'll ever say a child does some mistake, like इसको आज रात को इसको murder करूँगा मैं. किया किसी ने ऐसे? You might beat, but while beating also, you're very clear. You're beating the child to correct the child, not to punish and get sadistic pleasure from that. Isn't it? So when we are going through some tough phase of life, remember, we're getting beatings from Krishna. Not that he's getting pleasure, but he wants to correct us and bring us on the right path. And what is that right path? Path of devotional service, so that we can go back to that. Therefore, one thing is there, Krishna will never leave us. आप लोग के पास चांस था. The first time आप घुसे ना इस हॉल में, चांस था, अभी चांस नहीं है. I'm sorry. अभी एक ही चांस है. And what is that chance? वैकुंठ जाना बस. There is no other chance. Good, no? There is no second option. There is no second option. Sometimes when volunteers tell me that Roji attendance is reduced, people are not coming, so I tell them, अरे कोई टेंशन नहीं. Krishna will drag them. खुद से आए तो अच्छा है, नहीं आए तो ऐसे खींचेंगे बस याद रखेंगे वो लोग. Krishna has his own plans, and those plans are wonderful, really wonderful. And here Putana is saying, leave me, alam muncha, and Krishna is not leaving. And the pain was so terrible. The pain was so terrible that she was not able to take it. She ran outside the house very quickly. And Yashoda and Rohini are thinking, kya ho gaya isko? And where is my Krishna? He is not in the cradle. It is not seen in the hand also. And she ran. You know what had happened? When she ran, she left the hands. He is not holding Krishna. Krishna is hanging on her breast. He is holding. And at one point of time, Krishna became so fearful because she is doing the leela of a baby. He became so fearful. Hands were already catching her body. Legs also went onto the body of Putana. अभी सोचिए वो कैसे पकड़े थे Putana को. And Putana ran out. She ran out, and the pain was so terrible, that beautiful lady, she came back to her original huge form. And Shukadeva Goswami, he described saying her entire body was 12 miles long. Huge. And at one point of time, she was not able to bear the pain. Krishna sucked in the life air of Putana also, and Putana died. And when she fell, you can imagine 12 miles long she fell. And she ran very fast. To such an extent, Acharyas described, she ran and she fell, you know where? On the garden fruit orchard of Kans. And she destroyed the entire place of Kans. She had gone to do good to Kans, but then Kans ko ek phatka lag gaya. One more lesson which I would like to highlight is sixth one. We might hide our original identity from people around. Yes. Putana was successful in hiding her identity from all the gopis and gopas. Putana was successful in hiding the identity even from Yashoda and Rohini. But Putana couldn't hide her identity in front of Krishna, in touch with Krishna. Therefore, I always say, कितना सारा mask पहन के घूमते हैं हम लोग? When we go to office, there's a different mask altogether. Expressions are different. Dealings are different. When we come home, there's a different mask. When we go to relatives' house, different mask. When relatives come to our house, there's a different mask. And when we enter this place, a different mask with a very humble attitude. Hare Krishna. Bowing down the head, coming inside. One day, I was glorifying one husband in front of the wife. You're so fortunate, you got such an amazing sadhu in your house. And Mataji became so wild at me. घर पे आके देखिए आप, पता चलेगा आपको कैसे साधु है ये. Then I understood, oh, mask, okay, mask. Therefore, it's a very important thing to note that we might hide our identity from the entire world, but at the right time, Krishna will reveal our real identity in front of everyone in public. Therefore, I always say, better be what you are within. Why enact something outside? One of the quality of a spiritualist is simplicity, straightforwardness. They don't hide things. जो है वो है, क्या करें? They don't hide things, whatever it is. Therefore, one thing is there, that if we are what we are, life will be very peaceful and blissful. But if we try to artificially enact something else, trying to portray someone else's image on ourselves, life will be miserable. Very, very miserable. Therefore, it is described as spiritualist becomes very peaceful, very light, very happy, because he is or she is what she is. He doesn't hide. They are not duplicit or hypocrites. But unfortunately, in this world full of hypocrites, the world is full of hypocrites, and we'll find so many people like that, and maybe we are also there in that crowd. So bhakti helps us from hypocrisy to straightforwardness, to move from hypocrisy to straightforwardness. And we will see this one important point, that intense practice of bhakti, especially chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, will help us to imbibe this very wonderful quality of simplicity. And I've seen this one point, anyone who is simple and straightforward, people are very fearful of that person. They will not take that person for granted. They'll value the words of the person, they'll respect, and they'll have complete trust on the words of the person. Such a person is valued even in material circle. I'm not talking about spiritual circle. Even in the material circle, such people are valued. So in this way, we understand Krishna revealed Putana's real identity. Apna bhi time aayega. Get ready. This is the 6th lesson. So before I discuss the next 3, let's revise. First one, don't judge by the externals of a person. Second, what is that? Krishna is watching you, and me also. Be aware. Third, see good and imbibe the same. Fourth, think twice before you act. Putana did that mistake. She held Krishna like a foolish person holds a snake, thinking it to be a rope. Fifth, okay, all situations are best, and Krishna's plan is the best plan. Yes. And one more thing which you can remember in this line only, that Krishna will never leave me. Very, very important. Krishna will never leave me. Anyone who takes shelter of Krishna once, Krishna will never leave that person. Okay, and the 6th one. Yes, we might hide our real identity, but Krishna will reveal. Krishna will reveal our real identity. Only time is separating. Now what happened is, when she came out and she fell on the ground, the garden was destroyed, her entire bodily feature is described. Huge body. Her mouth was having huge teeth, and those were looking like the plow. Yes, we use the plow for farming. And her nostrils were looking like huge caves of fountain. The eyes which were there, the eye sockets were looking like blind well. And the stomach that was there, the belly that was there, was looking like huge slab. Her breast was looking like some huge stones fell on the ground. And the entire appearance was very, very, very horrifying. Very horrifying. But you know what happened? Because she was running, she fell. This is what we focused till now. But what happened to Yashoda and Rohini? What happened to the gopis? They were searching, where is our Kanha, where is our Krishna? And then one gopi said, look, Kanha is there running with her. She is carrying Krishna. No, she was not carrying, she had left. Krishna was holding her. See. And then Yashoda looked at that and she fainted. Because they saw the huge demonic form and she fainted. And the other elderly gopis, they were looking at that, and as soon as she fell down, Putana fell down. For your information, gopis were not knowing she is dead. They were not knowing, that she is dead. Maybe it might be possibility that she ran such a far distance, she got tired and she slept for some time. Possibility. Now they don't know that she is dead, but still the gopis, the elderly gopis who were there, the motherly gopis who were assisting Mother Yashoda, they all ran towards Putana. They climbed Putana's body. And they took Krishna and came down. Now just imagine if Putana was alive and when they ran on Putana's body, she would have just held each gopi and Mahaprasade Govinda. This is what would have happened. But none of the gopi was fearful. Now there's a question that I have here. Aise kaise? Simple gopis, simple ladies, fearless, itna fearless. One thing that we have to understand here a very important lesson, I would say, from all the 10 lessons. One lesson which I would like to highlight here is that when we are very intense about attaining the goal, externals will not matter. Externals will not matter. But if the goal is not clear, if our goal is flimsy, all externals will matter. Even people speaking about us will matter. Sometimes people say, ye to aisa hi hai, and then we take it to our heart. Sometimes people remember for days, weeks, months, years, and some people remember for lifetime also. Isne aise bol diya mujhe. Therefore, a very important thing to note that we get tense and we take things so seriously for these small things only because the goal is not clear and we are not marching towards that goal intensely. Very, very important to note this. And for these ladies, the goal was very clear. The goal was very clear. And they were just marching towards that goal. To such an extent that they were least bothered, is Putana alive or is Putana dead? They just ran on the body of Putana. Literally, when we have intense goal of bhakti, so many externals will not matter. My mentor's mother was telling this when they had visited a foreign place in a foreign country. They had gone to a foreign temple, and then when they were sitting for prasad, so this Mataji is sitting, and there's one more Mataji sitting besides. Now, okay, ISKCON prasad is very tasty, no doubt. But then this lady, the way she was eating, was like a voracious eater. Gup, gup, gup. Now this Mataji was sitting. She was telling, Mataji, बहुत सारा प्रसाद है, आराम से. गले में अटक जाएगा आराम से. But this Mataji was eating. And there were tears also in the eyes when she was eating. Now this Mataji was looking at her. She was curious. What's wrong? And they both washed their hands and then they had a discussion. So this Mataji asked that lady, that why were you eating like this? And then that lady said, actually, I come from a Muslim family. I came in touch with a devotee and now I have become a devotee. In my house, I have a room, and in my room, we have Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra deity. And since in my kitchen, meat is cooked, so I cannot cook anything for my lordships. So what I do is, I cut fruits for them and vegetables for them, and I offer that. And all the 6 days, I eat only fruits and vegetables raw. And only one day when I come to temple, I get cooked food. So so it's very difficult for me to restrain myself. So I eat like this. I'm sorry. This is called as being one-pointed. My God. How people are. Anything to attain Krishna. A Muslim lady like this. And we think twice. We have taken birth in Hindu family and we think twice. In fact, not just one example like this, so many examples are there. So many examples. And these examples actually give goosebumps saying, sometimes I wonder, मैं bhakti कर रहा हूँ कि नहीं? When I compare myself to these people, I sometimes wonder, am I doing bhakti compared to these people? हम लोगों को तो ऐसे ही मिल जाता है सब. I think in one of the class I was sharing this. In my initial days, when I attended one session, a brahmachari, he went to South Africa and he came. And then he was telling his experience. He was telling that when he went there, so initially when we do kirtan, this kartal is given to us, right? This is kartal. With this, the speaker does kirtan. But he was given duffly. Duffly? It has got chanchan around. Now, unko thoda weird laga na duffly. But he used that and he did kirtan. He thought maybe South Africa they do with this. You never know. Then after the kirtan was over, after the class was over, he went and asked that, अरे अब डफली क्यों दिए? करताल देना चाहिए ना? They said, Prabhuji, we just had one set of kartal and that is lost. Now only when someone goes to India and then gets one kartal, we will have one kartal, Prabhuji. What to do, sorry. Even for beads, people struggle, Even for beads, people struggle. In Russia, when our Russian devotees were put behind bars for preaching Bhagavad Gita message, they would get bread and salt for eating. They would not eat that. You know what they would do? They would use the bread, mix the salt with it and make beads out of it and then use a thread to make 108 mala. And they would chant on that sitting in the jail. This is commitment. बट अपना क्या है ना, अभी सब करताल है, गिफ्ट शॉप में जाओ भगवद गीता मिल जाएगा, करताल मिल जाएगा, बीड्स मिल जाएगा. We don't have much, so it's very natural for Indians to take it for granted. हाँ ठीक है, भक्ति भक्ति कृष्णा सुप्रीम पर्सन, हाँ सब पता है, सब पता है. हाँ भगवद गीता सब पता है, भागवतम सब पता है, सब कुछ पता है, बस इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं करना है हमें. Therefore we take it for granted. But look at these people, how much serious they are about bhakti, Baba. How much serious they are. Someday we'll go to Sri Vrindavan Dham or Sri Mayapur Dham, and you see the Russian devotees. You should see. You should see the devotees from UK, Chinese devotees. You should see their commitment. वो बेचारे माता जी को साड़ी वाड़ी भी पहनना नहीं आता, वो सीखते हैं इंडियन से how to wear साड़ी. They learn how to put tilak. For them, there's no concept of tying hair and all. South African people, उनका अलग ही बात होता है वो कुछ. That also they tie. They learn to tie all that. My God. There are one point, which we have to understand here is that when the goal is clear, the person is ready to do anything to attain that goal. And therefore, I always say, goal of human life is only one, and that is to attain Krishna. That's it. There is no other goal apart from this. Bhagwan ko pana hai isi janam mein. That's why we have got this human form. There is no other goal apart from this. But somehow we get bewildered. As soon as we exit the Gita course class and go on the road, forgot. Now the next goal is what to do on Monday. That's it. Therefore, I always say this, always remind every day, goal of life is to attain Krishna only. There is no other goal apart from that. And to attain Krishna, whatever comes, this Muslim lady is able to do austerity for 6 days. Can't we chant for Krishna's pleasure to attain him? We should be able to chant. Why not? And what is so great about coming on Sunday and sitting here for 2 hours? What is so big thing? Simple. Yes? Therefore, this lesson is very, very important to note. If we are intense in our bhakti, externals will not matter. But if we are not intense in our bhakti, externals will matter, and externals will become more important than anything else in life. And look at these ladies, the simple gopis of Vrindavan, they just ran on Putana without thinking twice. Is she alive or is she dead? Last two for today. When they went on the body of Putana, what was Krishna doing? What was Krishna doing? Krishna was playing. And our acharyas say, अभी बच्चे की नींद हो गई थी, दूध पी लिया, अभी क्या बचा? He's playing. He's playing. This goes on to say that how fearless our Lord is. And anyone who takes shelter of Krishna also becomes fearless. That's what we sang today. Bhajahu re mana Shri Nanda Abhaya Charana Aravindare. Anyone who takes shelter of Krishna will become fearless like Krishna. And here we see Krishna, fearless personality. Kuch tension nahi. Kuch tension. He is playing. And literally we see this in the devotees. Anyone who has taken shelter of Krishna is very fearless. And the example is Srila Prabhupada. 70-year-old person going to West. ऐसा नहीं था कि लोग खड़े हैं आरती का थाली लेके, oh Prabhupada is coming, 70-year-old sannyasi. Nothing. No money. Hardly has anything with him. No influence there in West. Fearless. Why? Because he has taken shelter of Krishna. And fearlessly in the class he would announce. And all of them are all hippies. All gone case. High in drugs. And he would say, no intoxication. No gambling. No illicit sex. No meat eating. Now when it comes to us, sometimes the new Gita course instructors and the devotees who start preaching, they say, Prabhuji ऐसे बोले तो मारेंगे तो नहीं ना लोग? अरे टेंशन क्यों लेना है? We are followers of Prabhupada. Why take that? Truth is truth. Crowd doesn't matter. Majority doesn't matter. Truth is truth. And Prabhupada would speak this openly. He would speak openly. And so many things he has spoken. If you hear his classes, he's talking to a scientist. And he's asking the scientist, can you tell something about God? And scientist is not able to speak much about that. And directly on the page, you are a rascal, so you don't know. And I really wonder, what was there in the Prabhupada's Vani that even scientists would not react? You would say, oh, maybe. Maybe. Oh. Fearless. Krishna is fearless. His devotees are also fearless. Therefore, I always say, every step in this world we are fearful. How many of you are fearful? Raise your hands. And that fear will be a fear of unknown. Correct? पता नहीं कल क्या होगा, पता नहीं आज क्या होगा. You know why that fear is there? Because we don't have complete faith on that fearless personality. When we intensify our bhakti, chanting the holy names, hearing these sessions and all that, our faith in the Lord increases, and this increased faith will make us fearless. To such an extent that we'll be completely carefree. Nowadays, parents are so worried. बच्चा स्कूल जाता है and they are worried. वो ठीक से पहुंचा कि नहीं? कभी-कभी there are some parents who call the teacher and ask, बच्चा पहुंच गया मेरा? Huh? One mother would go to drop the 10th standard kid. And then I asked that kid, you feel good when your mother comes to drop you? इसको समझ नहीं आता प्रभु जी. ये आ जाती है हमेशा. All my friends, they keep telling you, mama's boy has come, mama's boy has come. But then I asked that lady, कि माता जी वो अब 10th standard में चला गया, आप क्यों जाते ड्रॉप करने? प्रभु जी स्कूल और हमारे घर के बीच में एक रोड है, तो I'm worried वो रोड क्रॉस कर पाएगा कि नहीं. And I was wondering, now he's going to go to college. He'll cross the entire state and go to another state maybe to study. And you're worrying about that? वो क्या करे, डर लगता है. But when we have faith on the Lord, we know very well He has the best plan for each and every person. In this life, this kid has become my child. Past life में पता नहीं कहाँ था ये, मैं कहाँ थी या मैं कहाँ था. In this life, थोड़ा permutation combination मिला के the family बना दिया बस. And we're so fearful of that. Therefore, when we have faith on the eternal parent, we'll become fearless. This is the second last or the 9th lesson for today. That when we take shelter of Krishna, we become. Okay, chalo, batao. 9 ke 9. Correct batao. First, you have to remember the past time and then tell the lesson. First, don't judge based on external. Second, Krishna is watching us. Third, think good and imbibe the same. Fourth, think twice before you act. Fifth, all situation, all Krishna has the best plan. Krishna will never leave us. Yes. Sixth, what is that? Krishna will reveal our real identity. आप लोग बोल नहीं रहे हैं, देखिए. Seventh, when the goal is clear, when we're intense in bhakti, externals will not matter. And the 9th one, 8th one. Whoever takes shelter of Krishna will become fearless. And the last two for today. Now this entire big body, you cannot burn the entire body. Because after some time they got to know that she is dead. And Nanda Maharaj and Vasudev, you remember that discussion? So as soon as Vasudev told Nanda Maharaj, go, there are a lot of calamities that are going to come to in Vrindavan. So at that time, Nanda Maharaj immediately started. And from far, Nanda Maharaj could see, अचानक से mountain कैसे आ गया Vrindavan? And then he saw, it's a demoness. And Nanda Maharaj is such a nice, simple Gopa. He started thinking, looks like Vasudev has become a big sage. He could tell the future. Look at this, there's a calamity in Vrindavan. They all went there, they saw the demoness is dead, they all inquired what happened, all the story was told. And then they were thinking, she's dead now, but what if she comes back to life? Then there was a discussion how to burn the body. If you burn this huge body, the entire Vrindavan will get burnt. So they decided to cut the body into pieces and then burn. So they cut the body of Putana and they started burning at different places. Now when the body was burnt, everywhere there was fragrance of agaru. Very, very amazing fragrance was there in the entire Vrindavan. And everyone is searching. Where is the fragrance coming from? But none of them could make it. It is coming from the funeral pyre of Putana's body. They are not able to make out. They were thinking maybe Bali Maharaj is doing some yajna in Sutal Lok. Maybe there some yajna is going on in Swarga Lok. Maybe from there all this fragrance are coming. None of the Gopi could make out. But very clearly Shukdev Goswami is saying the fragrance was coming from the body, the body which was burning. But now the question is, full life, she was so sinful. She killed babies, serial killer of babies, drinking the fresh, sweet blood of the tender babies. Such a sinful person, how come from her body fragrance can come? Taste it.
Because Krishna drank Putana's milk.
Oh, very nice, amazing. any other thing? Oh, Yamraj didn't kill, Krishna killed. ऐसा मत बोलिए, यमराज गुस्सा करेंगे आपके ऊपर. Okay, what else? What happened during the pastime? Just recollect the pastime. What happened? How come that a sinful person became so pure? Okay. Okay, she saw Krishna. Krishna purified her. How did Krishna purify her? Krishna touched with his hand. Krishna touched with his legs also. Entire body of Krishna was attached to Putana's body. Arey batao, if someone comes in touch with Krishna like this, won't that person get purified? When we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we are coming in touch with Krishna. And it is said, anyone who comes in touch with Mahamantra, that person gets purified. Cheto Darpanam Arjana. If just by chanting the holy name, someone is getting purified, like those hippies in the West, they got purified. Putana was in direct touch, ekdam. Won't she get purified? This gives a lot of hope for us, Doesn't matter past mein kya kaand kiye the hum log ne. Doesn't matter. But now when we take chanting seriously, bhakti seriously, oh, there's a great hope. If Putana can get purified, matlab apna bhi kuch hope hai. I'm sure your favorite drink is not fresh, and I think you might be drinking fresh fruit juice. Yes. But we are not as sinful as Putana. But if she can get purified, we also can get purified. Therefore, the lesson is anyone who comes in touch with Krishna becomes purified. You know what the greedy person will do? He will try his best to come in touch with Krishna every moment by chanting, by reading about Krishna, by reading his Bhagavad Gita, by worshipping Bhagavad Gita. Very, very important. You see? Therefore, it's a very important thing a lesson for all of us, that we should become greedy to come in touch with Krishna every moment. And now, when Putana's body was burnt, abhi question ye aata hai ki Putana ka kya hua? What happened to Putana? Was she born as another demon, in Kansa's kingdom? In 3rd canto Srimad Bhagavatam, a very beautiful shloka comes. Please hear. Aho bakiyam stanakala kotam jigam sayapyayedapya sadhavi lebhe gatim dhatrimuchitam tatonyam kamva dayalum sharanam vrajema. Here it is said, Aho bakiyam stanakala kotam. Aho baki, alas. So surprising. Baki. Baki means Putana because she was sister of Bakasur. So Baki. Aho bakiyam stana kala kutam. On her stana, on her breast, she had applied kalakuta poison. Very, very deadly poison. And when she approached Krishna, what was her mood? Jigamsaya. The mood was of killing. She didn't go there and to offer flowers to Krishna and some laddus to Krishna. She went to kill Krishna. Jigamsaya. And how was she? Asadhavi. No good quality. Asadhavi. Jigamsayapya yedapya sadhavi. But what did Krishna do? Krishna purified her. Lebe gatim dhatrimuchitam tatonyam. Krishna gave Putana the position of mother in the spiritual world. She became the assistant of Mother Yashoda. Whenever Mother Yashoda is not there, now Krishna will go to drink Putana's milk. This is the merciful nature of our Krishna. Therefore, the last line says, Kamvadayalum Sharanam Vrajema. Who else in this world can be more merciful than our Krishna? That lady who went to kill Krishna, Krishna is giving the position of mother. Then here comes the question, what about those devotees who willingly come to Krishna to serve him? Who willingly chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra to please him? Who willingly offer flowers to Krishna? Oh, here is a question. What will Krishna give to all those Gita Course participants? What will Krishna give to all the devotees who are sincerely practicing bhakti? Krishna has nothing, to give, because he gave the topmost thing to this lady who had come to kill him. So Krishna is bewildered. Abhi kya do? Therefore, Krishna gives himself to that devotee. He sells himself to that devotee. Therefore, bhakti is such an amazing process. Anyone who does bhakti comes in touch with Krishna, serves Krishna. Unfortunately, Krishna has no option but to give benediction to that devotee to such an extent to take him back home, back to God. And here we understand very clearly that somehow or the other, Krishna wants to establish a relationship with us. This is the last lesson for today. Somehow or the other, somehow or the other, Krishna wants to establish relationship with us. And the only thing that we have to do is assist Krishna in his mission of, what is the mission? To re-establish relationship with us. Hum tod ke aaye relationship, and Krishna is trying his best to rebuild the relationship with us. And the only thing that we have to do is cooperate in Krishna's mission. Therefore, two things that we can do is Janma Sarthaka Kari. We have to perfect our own life, and Kara Paropakar, we have to help others also to get connected to the Lord. Therefore, in this December month, you might be seeing ISKCON volunteers out on the street. You might have heard from your mentors also that devotees are going out on the street to distribute Bhagavad Gita. It's not that they're getting some commission out of it. Every day 10 books, you'll get 1,000 rupees. They're just going with one mood. I got benefited, now let the other person get benefited. Very, very important. This December month, we call it as Gita Jayanti month. And this year, ISKCON Whitefield has taken an oath of distributing 20,000 Bhagavad Gitas. Yes. And we have already completed more than 5,000. Distributed more than 5,000 Bhagavad Gitas all around. And I'm very, very happy to share this, that this center has also distributed more than 1,000 books. All glories to all the volunteers and all the devotees. And this book distribution is a very, very important activity, See, all of us, we have got titles, And we have got crowns. B.Tech, M.Tech, MBBS. Yes. And then, we all have got crowns. When we go out for book distribution, so at that time, we are just a transcendental salesman, saleswoman. That's it. But we know that it's a transcendental sales that is going on, spiritual sales. But other people will not know. And when they come, and now you are going with crown, yes? And then you go with the Bhagavad Gita, and then you show, and the other, Naiche. And these two are like this now. The book distribution is a very important activity where every person should go on the street. You know why? Humility is the key to success in spiritual life. And when you distribute books, literally people make us realize, bhai tu kuch nahi. Literally. People will ask also, come and ask, kitna margin hai batao? Kitna milta aapko? And sometimes, people, I remember at some places they literally humiliate people, our devotees. But our devotees have no problem. They just go out. And you know what? There are some people on the street, they will come to you and they'll ask, Bhagavad Gita hai kya? I'm bhusi ke liye to baitha hu, batao kaun sa language chahiye? And that person, I've met at least so many people like that in this one, in the last few days, who say that I was waiting for this book. Thank you very much. Do you understand what is the service of book distribution? You connect the person to Krishna. It means you're assisting Krishna in his mission. It means you're part of Krishna's team. How glorious that is. How glorious that is. Therefore, everyone in this month should take a vow to go out on the street and distribute books. There are many ways to do it. You can call your friends and distribute the books. You can give the books to someone. And trust me, Lord will be very pleased because He is on a mission. He is on a mission to connect with all of us and we can assist Him, in this mission. And all the Gita Course participants, at least 10 books to banta hai. Small number I am giving, small target. Yes. You can do it whatever way you want. You take the books from there, purchase the books and give as gifts. Or best is you convince your friends to take a book and ask them to transfer money to your account and you give the book. Or the other way is you go on the street and catch people with their collar and bang the book on their head and they say, Lo Bhagavad Gita. And there are many devotees, who are very staunch. Kyun nahi loge Bhagavad Gita? Lena padega. And our Matatis are very successful in doing that. I've seen that. Yes. So please participate in this Mahayagya. And this is the 10th lesson for today. Krishna is on a mission where he wants to establish relationship with us. And when we assist him in his mission of connecting others to him, he becomes very pleased. Let's revise the 10 lessons and end for today. First, do not judge based on external. Second, Krishna is watching us, be aware of it. Third, see good in others and imbibe the same. Fourth, think twice before we act because human form is very rare. Fifth, Krishna has the best plan. Krishna will never leave us. Sixth, Krishna reveals our real identity. Seventh, when the goal is clear, externals don't matter. When we intend in bhakti, externals don't matter. 8. Anyone who takes shelter of Krishna becomes fearless. 9. Anyone who comes in touch with Krishna becomes purified. And the last one, Krishna is on a mission where he wants to establish relationship with us. Let's assist Krishna in his mission. Thank you very much. Granth Raj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki.